Hey, today we're going to talk about how to make FU money with a micro-branded YouTube channel. Now, to prove to you that this actually works, we have Damaris here who closed $50,000 with this one video within a single month. Now, as you can see, these are a couple of closes that she collected. And now, before we actually started working together, she was actually making $30K a month. And now that we implemented this system, she's actually on pace to hit $150K per month with YouTube only. Then we have Nathan who's closing 5-figure deals with his YouTube channel as well. Now, Nathan is really known in the dropshipping world, but he actually created a business account on which he posts value content that is actually funneling people to his consulting offer. And then right next to the Nate, we have Dylan. And back when we were working together, he was actually averaging about $250,000 in revenue per month with YouTube only. Now, before we get into all of this, I want to cover a couple of principles first so you can actually understand the entire system that I'm going to cover in this video. Now, principle number one is not every video is meant to sell. Some videos exist only to shift beliefs. This is what I call a feeder video. Think of them like stepping stones. Each of them addresses a single roadblock that your viewer might have. For example, one feeder could be for people who don't really know that they could sell high ticket through YouTube. Another could be for people who don't know how to create content at scale. And for example, one more could be for people who don't know how to make sales videos. So instead of trying to convince somebody in one shot, you can actually gradually warm them up. Now, principle number two is belief shifts are everything. If you want somebody to take action, you cannot just throw random information at them. You need to shift how they see the problem. So when I'm making a feeder video, I'm not asking what is a topic. I'm asking what beliefs do I need to change. Then principle number three is evergreen beats viral content always. You have to keep in mind that we're not playing the YouTube game. We're not trying to get AdSense or sponsorships or hoping something will blow up. We're actually engineering assets. One well-structured evergreen video built like a funnel could outperform hundreds of random uploads because it's designed to work over and over again. So let's get into the flowchart and I'll go literally through everything that you need to know that you can apply yourself, by the way, to actually make YouTube into a long-term asset that will print you money. So first of all, these are a couple of actions that you need to take. You have to think about the titles and thumbnail rehash. You have to instill this in your mind that YouTube is a constant iteration game. So that means that we have to test on new titles and new thumbnails always. Then you also have to think about the hook, because if the hook doesn't apply to the rest of the content, if you, for example, clickbaited somebody, then they're going to drop off, which will decrease the likelihood that your video is actually going to perform because of something that's called average view duration. Then you always have to think about the objections that you can handle just by making YouTube videos. So you can progressively get people from not even knowing who you are to actually buying your product. Always update the end screen link. So these are those small end cards that you might have seen within my videos where I push you to another video that you can watch. Now, I'm actually going to talk about that in finer detail later in this video, but we also have Titan Typeform routing. So basically, you always have to configure your funnel and see where the gaps are, because there could be possible leaks where you're possibly even losing leads because your funnel is not constructed well. Now, the first thing that you're going to do is make 2 to 4 feeder videos a month. Now, this will actually allow you to get into the rhythm of making content. And not only that, but 2 to 4 videos a month is enough to start printing cash through YouTube. Then as for the traffic sources, we have a couple of sources within the YouTube ecosystem. We have home, we have suggested, we have the search tab, we have shorts, we have, of course, long form content, which is the main kind of like centerpiece when it comes to making videos. We have other external traffic sources such as emails, X, IG. So what's really important is if you have a traffic already established elsewhere, you can literally push that traffic towards YouTube videos to nurture them more and then close leads later, because it works really, really well. They also have to keep in mind that you always have to optimize for CTR or click-through rate, AVD or average view duration, session watch time, and of course, end screens. And of course, you can look at the analytics and data on a weekly basis, and you can constantly iterate on all of these data points. Now, let's talk about the publishing rhythm and how this could work at the macro level, okay? So we have shorts, which we briefly touched upon, but they're not really the main kind of like pivotal point that is going to help you make so much money at all. This is basically to get more traffic, but from my experience, shorts don't even work that well as long-form videos. Then we have feeder, long-form YouTube videos. And then, of course, we have the YouTube sales letter, which we're going to talk about in a bit. And then a YouTube sales letter is going to be the evergreen centerpiece that is going to get all the traffic from other external traffic sources. So whether that be shorts, long-form videos, whether that be X posts, IG posts, whatever it is, if you have an established traffic source, you should definitely push more traffic towards this VSL because it's meant to sell. And on that YouTube sales letter, we're going to have a link to our funnel. So we're going to track clicks, we're going to track total leads, we're going to differentiate the leads from qualified or non-qualified. So those are basically A and B leads. We're going to track calls that we booked, show rate, close rate, and of course, cash collected. So now I'm going to walk you through the entire system once again, but on a micro level. So feeder videos are 7 to 12 minutes long. And as I already told you, you can publish anywhere from 2 to maybe 4 feeder videos a month. It could be even more, but sometimes more videos don't necessarily mean more bookings, because when the output goes up, the quality usually goes down. And that's because people don't really know how to manage content properly. And then those feeder videos will drive traffic directly to the YouTube VSL, which is going to be a bit lengthier than a usual feeder video, anywhere from like 12 to 20 minutes long. It could be even longer, depending on your ICP and how long they can actually stick to the video and how long they can watch. Now, from my experience, I've seen that the longer the video is, the better the leads are actually. And if it's simply because if they watch the piece of content till the end, that makes them more qualified because they soaked in all the information that we gave them before they ever actually booked a call. So first, the feeder video has the hook. We also have some mini proof that is basically saying that you are who you are. So you can tell viewers about the numbers that you've made for your clients or yourself, or the unique mechanism that you're using in order to get those kind of results. Like, there are so many ways to go about the hook. That is really important. And so mini proof and the hook is closely aligned. And then we get into the meat of the content, which is purely value. And then the sought CTA to the YouTube VSL. And how we're going to drive traffic is once again with the end cards plus a pinned YouTube sales letter. So we're going to have one link in the description. If you put too many links, they're going to be a bit confused. So only one link and one end card, basically telling people, okay, go ahead and watch this video, and we're done. So hypothetically, by the end of this video, they should actually click on this one. So this is a YouTube sales letter. Now, I haven't really fixed my whiteboard before the video. You can see that. But anyways, we have the mystery kind of hook. This is going to be the new mechanism that you're going to cover. So this could be like if you're selling dropshipping coaching, it could be you saying like you have this quantum micro branded drop shipping system that you can implement for, your coaching clients, and they're going to see amazing results. Of course, you're not going to say that, but this is the type of mechanism that we're going to talk about. Now, the bridge strategy is really simple. We're going to say where they are and where they could potentially be by implementing this new mechanism. So we're going to call out the buyer if they have the specific pain points that your ICP actually has. And so they will instantly find themselves in this position where they feel kind of called out, and they will build reciprocity, and they will just stick through the entire video, watching it till the end until they're actually ready to book a call. Now, as for the steps, you have the setup, you have the niche that you're calling out, you have the delivery, and then you have the acquisition, of course, at the end, which is going to be the CTA to the Typeform or the landing page. It's whatever. Now, in my own opinion, because this is a video sales letter already, this is a VSL, it could either be a simple Typeform link or any other kind of software that is similar to Typeform, which can actually collect their data, put them in a CRM so you can track those leads properly. So for people who actually watch this entire video, there's a high chance that we'll book a call with you. So that being Typeform landing page. And we actually want to kind of like differentiate the type of leads, whether that be A lead or B lead, qualified or non-qualified, based on, again, monetary reasons. Maybe their pain points are not aligned with the offer that we're providing to them, or maybe they just don't have the kind of grit that we're looking for that will allow them to get the kind of results that other students had so far. So as for the A leads, they're going to book a call. CRM is going to capture them. Now, of course, maybe they're no-show, so they might not end up on a sales call, but then we're going to pitch them for the offer, close them potentially. If not, they're going to be moved into the B leads, or they're going to just straight up go into the sequence where the seller is going to approach them consistently until they book another call. Then we have the onboarding, we have the quick wins, we have the upsell paths as well. And then later on, once they've seen results with our program, then we're going to collect proof, wins, testimonials, clips, and of course, case studies. Now, as for the B leads, we're basically going to put them in kind of nurturing sequence where they're just continually going to watch our content until they're ready to buy, until they're ready to book another call, where they will actually turn into A leads. So this is not like a sophisticated funnel or something like that, but we could actually create a sequence of emails, drip campaign. We can just provide them a ton of value until they're ready to buy. Now, you might be asking, what happens now? So is this the end? No, actually, we're going to use this proof. We're going to use the wins, testimonials, case studies. We're going to use all of that proof to put back into the feeder video. So this is where the flywheel effect kind of like kicks in. You can also like put all of these wins, testimonials, case studies into the YouTube VSL, of course, but this is where all the dots kind of connect together. And this is how we're going to see really big results, because we're basically just putting people into this endless cycle of content until they build enough trust to actually, book a call with us or buy a product off the bat. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. If you want this kind of system implemented, we actually have a done with you offer that provides literally everything so we can have the kind of results that Damaris, Nathan, and of course Dylan had. We come up with the strategy, packaging, scripts, edits, literally everything you need in order to implement this kind of system. So whether you're a coach, consultant, or a course seller, you can actually book a call down below and we'll see how we can help you. And in case you want to see more of my content, I actually did an interview with my client who made $400,000 a month with his info product. You can watch it right here, and I'll see you in the next one.